Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Seitzei. Yaakov Shwekey, in a recent Meaningful People podcast, shared the following amazing story. There was a woman who had a surgery, and if it was known that if she didn't come out of a coma within the first 7 days, chas v'shalom, she would potentially be unable to wake up. It would be very rare. As the seventh day approached and the father was taking care of the children at home, and they lived in Eretz Yisrael, and that's where they had the surgery, he was outside on the street and he heard playing from one of the stores the music that they have to attract people. And he heard the song Rachem, which I'm not going to sing for you, out of my mercy. And he ran into the store and he said, "Do you have that music? What is that music?" And he was told that there's this new singer, Shwekey, and this was his song, Rachem. So he said, "Can I buy the CD?" And he bought it, and he ran out, and he ran to the hospital. The clock was ticking, and the doctors and the nurses thought he was a lunatic as he ran to his wife's bedside. He put on headphones and stuck them into her ears, and he found on the CD, and he played the song Rachem by Shwekey. Immediately after the song ended, his wife woke up, and she said, "I heard something. Where am I? I felt something deep in my neshama telling me to wake up." Such is the power of music. It goes deep straight into the soul, which is why we are warned to be careful about what we listen to, whether music or other language. It has an influence on us. And I think this connects to something in the Parsha that Rav Shimon Schwab in Beis Hasho'eva says in Perak Chav Gimel Pasuk Dalet, "Lo yavo amoni u'moavi bekal Hashem gam dor asiri lo yavo lahem bekal Hashem ad olam." An Ammoni and a Moavi should not go into the congregation of Israel through 10 generations. They cannot come into the congregation of Hashem ad olam, forever. Rav Schwab asked, why does it say forever, ad olam? What was it necessary? Especially now that the people living in Ammon or Moab are not the same original people in Ammon or Moab, who are the ones who were inhumane and did not provide food to the Bnei Yisrael in the desert when they needed it. Sancheirov, he rearranged the geographic populations when he took over, so the people in what was called Ammon were not the original Ammonites. And the halacha, as we learn in Brachos Daf Chav Ches Amud Aleph, Rabbi Yoshua told the ger named Yehuda from Ammon that he's permitted to come into Bnei Yisrael because he's not one of the original Ammoni that are restricted. So what is the Ad Olam? The Ad Olam is a remez, it's a hint to tell us that yes, halachically it is permissible for them to come in, but it's not recommended because these people, they acquired the bad habits of the original Ammoni and Moavi. Because some, it says that we see in Yirmiyahu that some of the people came back, the original population of Ammon came back there, and they were able to negatively influence the people who lived in that place. That place had bad people, and it had bad spirit of its own. And therefore, even though it's mutter to come in, we're told to stay far, far away from the influence. I think we once had a short Vort about Canaan. Why was Canaan that Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov were told the children not to marry into Canaan because there was some midah, I believe that's what it is, there was a midah ra that was given over from generation, and Avram and Yitzchak and Yaakov didn't want that to defile and dirty the Bnei Yisrael themselves. So let's be careful about what we see, what we listen, what we hear. It has a powerful influence. It can be for good too, but there's always the risk when we get to the negative exposures. If you like this, please share, subscribe, and have a wonderful week and a wonderful show.